the village?
Well, the village is there, but it's surrounded, and it's very tough right now. The street, one block to the west of the village, there's fires on that street. We've had a lot of embers falling at the village. We obviously closed it down hours ago and had people leave there, but it's a pretty dire situation around the village and through that residential neighborhood and up Chautauqua.
Rick, of course, it's not just your properties. You're someone who's well known as being somebody who, looks out for the entire city of Los Angeles. So, a lot of people are in a lot of worry right now. A lot of people have already, lost their property, lost their livelihoods. And it's just a scary situation for a lot of people right now.
Well, you're right, and it's terrible. And I feel for the people that have lost their homes. I feel for people that have small businesses that have lost their stores, their shops, their livelihood is invested in this. And obviously my heart goes out to the first responders, the firefighters and the police that are out there battling this. But I think we've got some very important and tough questions to ask when this is over. How did this occur? And were the right policies in place for brush management? 5 years ago, when we had a fire here in the general area near Brentwood, near the 405, if you remember, it's 2020. I was raising the velvet. This area, that brush in there, I don't think has been cut down for probably 20, 30, 40 years. I'd love to get the exact number. So this was bound to happen. And I was calling the warning shots on that. Many people were. And the fact that our leaders in the city and the county and the state did not control brush, did not have control burns, were not managing the situation, is really something that we should be looking into and see where the failures are here, because now the impact is on the residents, on the business owners, and these firefighters that are putting their lives at risk. And maybe it couldn't have been prevented, but most likely it could have been highly mitigated so we didn't have this situation which is out of control right now.
You would think at this point, though, people who have lived here for years or decades know better to clear the brush around their properties. That's almost common sense at this point. But really, how much can city government do as far as that goes? I mean, a lot of it's just, outreach.
No, that's not right. I mean, certainly people have responsibility for their own hillsides. But all of that brush up in the hills, that's all part of the regional area. That's not privately owned. That's all publicly owned. And so whether it's in the city control, the county control, or the state control, they have the responsibility to keep neighborhoods safe. They have the responsibility to make sure that they're mitigating the damage that could occur.
Well, you said you were sounding the alarm about this. What kind of resistance did you get when you said you were at the forefront of this? Were you just ignored? What did they say? We don't have the money, or what?
It was, we don't have the resources and the money to do it. Which I find hard to believe. We're in the richest state in the nation, one of the richest cities in the country. And again, fires in this region are not a new phenomenon, right? And high winds and the Santa Ana winds are not a new phenomenon. So when these things come together, it's disastrous. And that's what we're seeing today. So like I said, I think we need some tough questions asked, and we need to find out what should have been done, what wasn't done, and why it wasn't done. We got time to do that. Right now, we got to keep people safe and hopefully support the neighborhood and the community in keeping their homes safe so they don't burn down. But when all of this is settled out, I am certainly going to take the lead in asking a lot of tough questions.
What are you going to do, Rick, in the immediate term here? Because, of course, you've got some properties that are in danger here, as we mentioned, in the Palisades area. What role can you take as far as anything that you could do that could be of help here?
Well, what we're doing right now is we have a team of people. We're supplying food and water to the first responders, the firefighters, and the police. We are delivering food and water to the shelters. So right now, we just want to support the community as much as we can. Obviously, we're hoping and praying that no more structures, including the village, does not burn down. But our focus right now is to support the community and help people, take people in where we can take people in. We've taken some people into our home in Brentwood, and we're going to do as much as we can and be a member of this community. And I would urge everybody to be doing the same. We all got to pull together and show our unity as a community and supporting each other right now.
Okay, that is real estate developer Rick Caruso. Rick, thanks so much for joining.